Hey, hi. I'm Mona, and if you're here, you found Kaleidoscope Dreams Tarot. It's time for another reading. So today I have the Antique Anatomy Tarot and then the Fire Elements deck by Bicycle. Let's go ahead and get started. I hope everybody's doing okay and out there, hanging in there. I hope you're doing well. So we're just going to go ahead and start out here with see what kind of general energy we get, okay? General energy for today's reading is the Eight of Rods. This is about swift communication, right? This is about receiving a message. Somebody received a swift message. It came in, right? Now, in the reverse, it could be somebody that's wanting to send out a message, but they haven't yet, or they want to do something swiftly, but they haven't yet, but it's something that they're, thinking about, right? This is actually like a non-action card when it's in the reverse, right? In the upright, there's action taken, right? So that's good. Communication, right? Communication is always good. So let's go ahead and we're going to start out here with 5 cards. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. I hope everything is going okay with you and your family. Keep your head up. I hope everybody is well, happy, healthy, and safe. If you are new here, though, I wish the same for you. I really do. I do suggest possibly getting a deck of tarot cards. It'll take your mind off of whatever brought you here. You know what I mean? You got to focus on something else. I mean, I know you're here to find out answers, but you're not going to find all your answers here. If you have a good reader, maybe there's some good suggestions. Wow, nothing's flying out. You see that? But otherwise, if you don't want to do that, I mean, there's so many other things that you can do to take your mind off of what's bothering you. You can go to the gym, right? You can go walk in the park, take your dogs for a walk, do whatever, but get outside and get in touch with nature or, something like that. Okay. Do something that's good for you though. Okay. Don't go out drinking. Don't go out drugging. It's not going to help. Okay. If anything, it's going to cause more problems for you. So be strong. Okay. Be strong. Go out there and get a little hobby going, get your mind off things. And then later on, when you're ready to kind of finally face whatever this is that's bothering you, come back with a clear mind, That's all I want for you guys here. I just want you to get better. All right, that's it. I went through something myself. I don't want you to have to suffer like that. It was bad, I didn't like it. So I'm here to try to help people through, their traumas if I can, best I can. Now, I'm not a doctor. I've just been through a lot of stuff, and I can only give you advice for what worked for me, okay? Yeah, So, let's get this final card. Otherwise, if you like the channel, you can subscribe, like, comment, and share. But if you don't, it's okay too, because I will still be here tomorrow. Okay? Oh, there it is. I was waiting for it. I came out so nicely too. All right. So let's get started. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles is about collaborating with others. So somebody could have received a message. They're going to go ahead and collaborate with others to, do something, right? Whatever it is, I don't know. We don't know yet, right? But somebody's definitely collaborating with others. They're going to do it quickly. It's kind of like, oh my gosh, this is going on. I have to go and I have to do this quickly. And, and I need the help of these people. It's kind of like that. Okay. Now in the reverse, there's no collaboration going on. So this could be kind of like if this was in the reverse, right? Somebody's thinking about sending out a message. Somebody's thinking about, going out there and doing something, whatever it is. But they're not ready to collaborate yet. So it just depends on the situation. Okay? So let me put this right here. And let's go ahead and find out what we got going on. All right. So the first card we have out, it's a Seven of Cups, the Seven of Elixirs. And the Seven of Cups is about planting seeds. It's about, having these ideas and putting those actions into play, right? It's about, okay, I think I want to, expand my career. And the only way to do that is I need to plant some seeds. What seeds would those be? You would have to go back to school. That would be something that you would have to, plant some seeds for, right? Going back to school. Now, you'd also have to nurture those seeds. So you also have to go to school every day. Do your best that you can to, nurture the knowledge that you're receiving or whatever, right? So, when it comes to the Seven of Cups, though, actually, no. You know what? Somebody out there might be planting some seeds, but to be quite honest with you, the Seven of Cups is not that definition I just told you. I was thinking about the Seven of Pentacles. But you know what? Because I said that and I misinterpreted the card and I explained it already to you, and if it does resonate, then that message is for you. Okay? But I'm also seeing that, oh, look, elixirs, that's cups, that's not pentacles. So cups is about having a lot of options. Okay? All right, still a good card. Both of the, if it was a pentacle, it'd be good. If it was cups, it's still good. Because when it's cups, that means you have a lot of extra options. Like you have a lot of things that you can do to make whatever it is that you want to do happen. Okay? All right. I'm wondering, did any of you guys out there catch that definition? Did you catch that I made a mistake there? I'm glad I caught it, but I'm wondering if anybody did. If you did, let me know. But then we have the Two of Cups in the reverse right next to it, okay? And it's in the reverse. So this could actually be some sort of a romantic situation, right? Doesn't mean that there's a relationship here. It's a situation, like a situationship. You know what I mean? Now, if this is you, the viewer, and you have a lot of options, okay, it could be that you might have a lot of options, but there's no real emotion there, right? You could be meeting people, but they're not like on your level when it comes to emotions. Maybe they don't have their emotions under control. And that's very important when you're talking to people, right? You want to always make sure whatever is going on, that you have your emotions under control, right? Always when you're in front of somebody, always have your emotions under control. But somebody might be dealing with people also, because if this isn't you, right? If you have a lot of options, but you don't have a lot of emotions with those options because maybe people around you are just, have a problem with expressing themselves, then it could be that this is you and this could be those people. But if it's you and you're not really good with your emotions, and most likely it'll show to others that you lack emotions for whatever you're dealing with when it comes to all these options. Some people are like that. Some people are harsh like that. They have a lot of options, but they're strict and they just I want it this way and that's it, and I'm not going to get emotional about it because I don't care. I just want them to do it. It's kind of like that. You know what I mean? And then we have the Four of Cups at the end here, and here's an offer being made. Now, somebody might receive an offer by somebody that's not even really worth taking an offer for. It's because, it looks like somebody might be dealing with somebody who really doesn't have their emotions in check. And it's too hard to deal with people like that. If they get out of control, if they're mean or if they're nasty, they're screaming at you, they're acting weird and crazy. Yeah, would you want to take an offer by somebody like that? I know I wouldn't. So somebody could be dealing with that right now. Somebody could be dealing with a situation. A message could come in quickly. It could come in from multiple people. Could be people that you work with. So this could also be a job, right? You have a lot of options at this job, but everybody seems to be kind of emotionless, and then they come and they want to make you an offer. Do you want to accept that offer? You're not going to be happy there, I'll tell you what. But, okay, if you are in a situation where your finances are just in the tubes and you're desperate and you need that job, I don't condone anybody abusing their employees, but if you need that job, you can take it so you can build your finances if you're like in desperate needs of money, and then you save that money, and while you work there, you look for another job, something that you will enjoy, something that you will like, because no one deserves to be treated poorly at work. All right? I'm just saying that. That's for someone out there. I don't know who, but it's for someone. No one deserves to be treated poorly at work. Okay? So, there you have it for the first 3 cards. And then we have the Magician. Now, somebody here, this position is the obstacle or advice position. Now, somebody here could be feeling like they are unable, the obstacle, that they are unable to manifest for themselves. Listen. The secret to manifestation, my secret, is about being grateful, being kind to others, doing what you can to help others, right? But don't expect anything in return. Just do it to do it, and be grateful for what you have. And manifestations will just pour in on their own, like by itself, right? It'll just pour in by themselves, because God appreciates that. You know what I mean? If you're out there helping people, being kind, being good, helping who you can, whatever, God appreciates that. Trust me. And you will be rewarded with, miracles or blessings. It just happens. You know what I mean? For me, it did. So that's how I look at things, right? Everything is a blessing, you guys. Everything. Even the smallest thing. You should always be grateful for what you have. And if you have that mindset, you'll start noticing things happen. I swear to you. I swear. I don't even know how to explain it. But on my other channel, I totally talk about all the miracles that pop up in my life. And it's like, it's unreal, But that's only if you're interested. It's not a big deal. I have another channel. That's why I don't show myself here, because I'm all over that channel. You know what I mean? We're here for you right now. We're not here for me. So the advice here, though, is, because the obstacle is you're worried, somebody's worried, will they be able to manifest? Okay, that's somebody's worried. That's the obstacle. But the advice here is, yes, you can. You can manifest, right? But if you're in a situation where you're stuck, you're being treated poorly, could be a relationship, a job, whatever, it doesn't matter, right? If you're and you're allowing someone to treat you like that, then it will be an obstacle for you to manifest. Because a manifestation is about loving yourself also. It's about respecting yourself, having dignity, right? And if you don't have that for yourself, most likely you're not going to get anything. God sees everything. And if God sees that, okay, I have my child down there dealing with these terrible people and they're just accepting it, then I can't do nothing for them. Because you should never be accepting of somebody treating you bad, talking bad about you, or hurting you, or abusing you. You don't deserve that, and that's it, and that's all. You don't. So in the end, we have the High Priestess. High Priestess. The High Priestess has the sacred knowledge. Unfortunately, that knowledge comes from life experience. It comes from going through things. So a person who has been through a lot of trauma or whatever, went through healing and figured it out, that person is in the category of High Priestess. Male or female, doesn't matter, okay? But you're in the category, if that's your energy, of the High Priestess. You've been through a lot, And I give you props. I'm proud of you for making it through, being strong. I'm very happy for you. So just keep doing that, keep helping people, because that's what the high priestess will do in the end, most likely. They will go through something, they go through their personal healing, and then they have that knowledge, and then they share it with others so they can help them to heal, right? So I could be talking to a healer right now, right on. Power to the healers, right? So we could be talking about a healer. Could be a healer out there trying to help people, because God knows we need it, right? That's what happens in the end here, right? And you see this card, this person, or the skeleton, we'll just say, is basically facing everything right here. So that's telling me that I am talking to a specific person who actually went through some sort of obvious abuse, and even so, an offer was made. And I think what happened here, because the Four of Cups is, sometimes people don't accept that offer because they realize their self-worth, right? A lot of the times that's what the Four of Cups is in the upright, that people refuse the offer, depending on the way the cards are going, right? So the way the cards are going here, it looks like somebody might be offered something, or a job, or, they need your help or whatever. But I kind of feel like if there was some sort of unfairness or something going on here, I think what happens is whoever this is at the end, you got that offer and you're just like, no, I'm good, thank you. Thanks for the offer, but no thank you, right? That's how even if these people here were very bad to you, you don't have to yell at them or tell them, oh, I don't like you, you did that. Just tell them, no thank you. I'm not interested. And just go about your merry way. Because if somebody here was treating you bad, why would you want to fight with them? Because most likely if they're that way, they're going to fight with you again anyways. So just leave it. You know what I mean? Just leave it. You don't need that. You don't deserve that. God doesn't want that for you. God wants you to be happy and find joy. He wants you to, be able to, he wants your mind to be straight, your body to be healthy. He wants all of us to help each other. But unfortunately, these days, people are selfish and they don't do that, What can you do, really? Just do the best you can do. Be grateful for what you do have, All right. So that's what I have so far. So let's check these cards and see if it's kind of resonating. Let's see if whatever I'm thinking in this story is actually what these cards will tell. So let's go ahead. These are all pre-shuffled. Let's find out what that Seven of Cups is right there. Seven of Elixirs. Planting those seeds. Planning for the future, right? You're planning for the future. I mean, that's what we got to be doing, right? That's exactly what we have to do in life. We plan for our future, right? So, okay. It looks like, let me see what's going on here, because we already have the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. We have the Nine of Cups in the reverse. And then we have the Ace of Swords. You know what? I did it again. I wonder if you guys caught that. I said the Seven of Cups and planting seeds again. So still someone out there, that has to do with one or two people. I don't know, because it came out again, even after I told you I made the mistake. So there's some importance here when it comes to that. So just keep that in mind. So the Seven of Cups is about having a lot of options, right? But you won't have a lot of options forever. That's what that Ten of Pentacles is. It's in the reverse. And the Ten of Pentacles, this is a longevity card. Oh, it's going to last forever. We're going to be best friends forever. I love you forever. But it's not. It's in the reverse. So this is something that's short-lived, right? You have a lot of options, but it's short-lived. And I honestly, the next card we have is the Nine of Cups in reverse. It could also be that whatever it is that you thought was wish fulfillment, it actually isn't. So this is somebody who might be thinking that, oh, you have a lot of offers and options here, but none of those options have any sort of, they don't make you feel good. You know what I mean? They don't feel good. They don't feel right. You're not sure if you should accept the offer. And you know, the Ace of Swords here is maybe that's what it is, the truth. You know, that's how you feel currently. You know, because maybe you just don't like where you're at, you know, and you know, you do have a lot of options here. It's showing it. But the options won't last forever. Okay, that's okay. You know what? I got it. I got it. Bottom of the deck, though, we do have the 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands, just like here. 8 of Wands, 8 of Wands. Swift message is coming in. But an additional definition of this card is swift movement to create stability. Okay? Somebody could be trying to create stability for themselves, right? They have a lot of options. Right? They could be collaborating with others, but there's some people out there that just don't have the option of having that stability, right? Maybe they don't even have a phone. Shoot. Maybe their stability is so bad they don't even have any way to communicate with somebody. Maybe somebody's homeless. Okay? So we're going to set this here. Now that we know that, right? It's not going to be forever for you. Why? Because you have a lot of options. You just have to explore them. Don't be stuck where you're at. You know what I mean? It's showing here you have the option to probably find something better if you're unhappy where you're at. It's not going to last forever, but you have to realize your own self-worth. You have to be like, you know what, I don't deserve this treatment, or I don't deserve whatever. You know, I'm going to put in my notice, right? Whatever, right? But make sure if you are deciding to, make sure you kind of look for another job real quick. You know, something on the side that'll hold you, you know, until, you know what I mean? It's always good to do that. And then we have the 9 of Cups, and it could be that you're realizing that, yes, where you're at, it's just not right. You're not treated well, you're not paid well, you're not loved enough, or whatever it is that you got going on over there, okay? It could be a romantic, it could be a relationship you're in too. It doesn't always have to be work. You know, you may have a lot of options for love, but if that's the case, that's not going to last forever either. Why? Because we all get old. We all get wrinkly. Right? Nobody stays beautiful forever. So that could be an option here too. Right? And, you know, it's hard to get wish fulfillment because people are usually attracted to the physical of a person. They don't really kind of get to know people. It's kind of nasty and dirty out there. But that's how it is. I'm just telling you the truth. Ace of Swords. That's all. No big deal. All right, let's go to the second card. We have the 2 of Cups in the reverse. And this is about somebody that's unable to share their emotions. Or you never actually shared your emotions with somebody before. That could be it too. That could be it too. You could be dealing with somebody that you've never really shared any kind of emotions with them before. Oh, that could be something too. All right, well, let's see. Let's see. The Queen of Cups. This is the Empress. This is a person with all the qualities of all the queens. You know, she's smart, she's passionate, she's grounded, she's emotional. You know, she's the Empress in this deck. Even though it says Queen of Cups, but in this deck it doubles as the Empress. You know what I mean? And then the Empress has all the qualities of all the queens. Now in the reverse we have kind of somebody. She don't got it all together. She's not really even the Empress, not when it's in the reverse. She's just the she's just the Queen of Cups in reverse. She has absolutely no emotion for whoever, whatever, or anything. She's just a mean, nasty, harsh person. Now, on the other side, she could be overly, what do you call it? Overly, like sexual. I didn't know other way to put it. Or she could be somebody that holds back her heart or her love or whatever. Like it's one extreme or the other, right? She's never perfectly in the middle like the Empress, right? So we'll put this to the side. So we could be talking about an Empress who doesn't really have any feelings for any of the options that they have too. Let's see what this says. We have the 10 of Cups. Happy family, happy home, but this is also the card of the Wheel of Fortune. Somebody here is definitely on the right side of that wheel. They are moving forward with good karma. Four of Pentacles. This is about holding. This is about holding something close to your chest, a secret, an idea, whatever, your money, something, holding it tight, being stingy, kind of, So somebody here is definitely holding on to something. Now, it could be finances, it could be a memory, it could be a secret, it could be anything. But we do have the Ten of Cups here, and Ten of Cups also we know is a happy family, happy home. And then in the end, we have the Joker in reverse, which is the Fool card, which is telling me that somebody is not willing to take a leap of faith, right? Because the Fool card is about taking a leap of faith. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to try to make it work. But it's in the reverse, which means that somebody's not going to go for it, right? And I think the reason why is because whoever this is very, there's no emotions, or they're not very nice, or you never shared emotions with them, or whatever the case. There's someone here that somebody is not willing to take a leap of faith with because of the lack of emotion that this person has. And because they have this Ten of Cups right here, doubling as the Wheel of Fortune, it's kind of showing me that that's what you're supposed to realize. You know what I mean? You're supposed to realize that whoever this emotionless person you are around, the Empress could be this person. And we're talking about this person, though, right? Unless you're the same person, you're emotionless, and, because you could be that way. And that could actually be that way because you're still trying to deal with some sort of thing that's going on with you. So you're not really expressing any emotions to anybody. You're not trying to get into anything with anybody, because you could actually be a person who's going, at this point, you're going through some sort of healing and stuff. And that's understandable, because if you're going through healing, it doesn't happen overnight. It takes a long time. It could take 1, 2, 3, 4 years, depending on what it is. It could take a long time. For all of us, we will always and forever be trying to heal from something. Okay? So, if that's the case, in this portion right here, I do feel that during this process of, until somebody makes you this offer, you're kind of gonna look into it, but in the end, you're not going to want to take a leap of faith with this. Why? Because the Empress knows that she deserves better. She's not going to accept anything less than what she deserves, which is kindness and respect and whatever else, right? All right. And then we have the Four of Cups right here. Four of Cups are coming to make that offer. Somebody's coming to make an offer to somebody, right? Am I holding the cards? Yeah, I'm holding them right. Sometimes the cards flip on their own in my hand. So, and I'm holding them upright, so I don't know. Got the Three of Pentacles that came out. So we have the Three of Pentacles here, and then we have the Three of Pentacles here. And with this being a 50-50 card, some people out there, remember I told you, are not going to be dealing with others. They're just not. Put that in reverse. They're just not. Let me get 2 more cards. Ooh, that card flipped over and went right back in. Here we go. Okay. Once again, there's that Eight of Wands. Swift movement to create stability. Swift messages coming in. Something coming or happening swiftly. Or not. Or not. Somebody could be thinking about it, right? There's no action, though. But in the upright, there is. So whoever's making the offer, whatever this offer is, it's, somebody doesn't want to collaborate with them. They don't want to. So somebody may want to, whoever this is resonating with right here, somebody wants to collaborate with you, but it doesn't look like you want to. Yeah. It's just, And the reason why here could be, we have the Knight of Pentacles here, and this is the slowest moving knight in the deck, but it's in the reverse. So that means, it's not slow, it's hasty. Somebody's being hasty. And somebody here doesn't like hasty. Let's not make any hasty moves. Let's think about this first. Right? No, I need to know now. You need to tell me. If somebody's like that, then no. It should be a no, automatic. Right? don't answer or agree to do anything for anybody anywhere until you give it some thought, until you do your own research and find out the right way to do things and what's right. It's so important. And look, that's what you're going to do. 8 of Pentacles, working on your own craft. So somebody's definitely going to look into it. So, and that's what the High Priestess does. That's what the High Priestess does. She doesn't accept anything until she does her own research and looks it up herself. She doesn't accept anybody's word out there as truth. And no one should. You should always do your own research and see what's going on. Stop following the herd. Stop doing that, because that is ruining the world, right? It's ruining the world for people to just follow some group or crowd and agree with it while everyone else is suffering. That's not a good thing to do. And unfortunately, for those people who are like that, you know, there is karma coming for you, unfortunately. I hate to say it like that, but it's true. Because God sees what you're doing. You know what I mean? All right. But we do have one person here not willing to collaborate because somebody is making hasty moves. They're a hasty person, probably really short with their temper or acting weird. And somebody here is like, you know what? No. I can do my own for me. I'm going to work on my craft over here. I will not be creating swift movements to create stability with you. Okay, that's one thing that they're not going to do. And this swift message could actually be, you know, no thank you very much. I'm swiftly going the other way, basically, right? So that's what could be going on here. So now we have the Magician, and the Magician is about manifestation. It's in the upright. Somebody's worried that they're not going to be able to manifest for themselves. Well, if you stay in this toxic situation that's going on right here, whatever it is, the job, romantic relationship, school, your friend circle, whoever it is you're dealing with, and it kind of sounds like it might resonate to you, you might be worried. Yeah, look, you could be, you're an Empress. Some people, not everybody, okay? Remember, we have that Queen of Cups in the reverse who is not very nice, not very good, but we do have 50% of the people out there who are good people, who are smart and compassionate and just all that great stuff, right? So we are talking about you, I feel, unless you're that Queen of Cups in reverse, but only you know that. I don't know that. Only you know that. Ace of Pentacles, new start. Somebody's worried whether or not they're going to be able to manifest for themselves. Well, guess what? You have the Ace of Pentacles in the upright. It's about a new start. So it looks like you can. Any new start in your life away from anybody who's toxic, that is a blessing. That is a miracle, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, every little thing in your life you should appreciate and be grateful. Because it's there for a reason. You're experiencing it for a reason. Okay? And then we have the Six of Swords. Look, I didn't look. It was like this the whole time. But look, Six of Swords. So a new start when you leave this toxic situation to go somewhere better. And look, Two of Swords, but it's in the reverse. It's in the reverse. That's not bad. In the upright, it's like you got to make a choice. Now, in the reverse, it could either be you haven't made that choice yet, or you have made the choice. And let's hope you made the right one. And the right choice is this, leaving that toxic situation to go somewhere better. So it all really depends, right? This story could resonate with somebody, you know, and you could be thinking like, oh yeah, that happened to me a long time ago, you know? But we have to just leave it at that because someone else might be going through it right now, right? We have to be cool with those other people and let them hear and get their advice, you know? And I do also suggest for any of my subscribers, if you have any advice for any of the other viewers on this channel as to how you might have healed from a traumatic situation, you can put in the comments below, because you're going to help people by doing that. You know what I mean? It's just a suggestion. You don't have to do it, but it would be nice. And you can trust that good karma will come to you if you are actually, consciously trying to help people like that, just out of the goodness of your heart. I'm just saying, okay? All right. Then we're talking about this high priestess here. So after all of it has been said and done, and you've already went through this, that, and the other, at the end, how do you emerge? The high priestess. Mm-hmm. And not only that, but we also know that there are empress high priestesses out there. Empress high priestesses out there. Male or female, doesn't matter, right? And so if that's the case, you're somebody that can change people. You're somebody that can help people. And I think you might already, a lot of you out there might already know that and are actively kind of doing like what I do, just like helping people the best you can around, not asking for anything in return, just do it, right? And I know if you are in this energy, there's a lot of people out there that are actually doing like me, that you all just want other people to get better and you want to share your story. Like keep doing that. That's good, because that's what we need right now for everyone, because some people, they're not good upstairs. Be compassionate though too. Also, if you're in a situation, just as a little side note, if you're in a situation you want to help somebody, you see, like, you understand what they're going through, whatever, but they're aggressive. I think I had a reading like this previously. If they're aggressive and it's hard to talk to them, you can't save everyone. Just remember that you can't save everyone. Keep yourself safe. If you feel like you've gotten over your head, the best thing to do would be to separate from whatever that is. Just do it in the nicest way possible, and show them that you appreciate, but it's not going to work out, whatever. Okay, just be kind. That's all I can say. Just be kind. You don't yell or be mad. Just all right, let's go to this high priestess. We want to find out about her, right? Let's find out about this high priestess. High priestess. Good. Okay. Bottom of the deck. It was in the reverse. And is this cards in the reverse? No. Okay. I thought it was in the reverse, but I guess it was something that flipped over while I was shuffling. But because it didn't fly out, it's still 50-50. So we have the Four of Cups here. Somebody is actually not going to accept any offers from anyone. That's just it, and that's just all. Somebody here is not going to accept any offers. And in the upright, there's a few people that might. And you might do that because maybe you have no choice. Like if your finances are kind of messed up and you need the job, or you have to go do this over here because it's going to help you with whatever, then you need to do it. But make sure that you have a plan B to leave that place, like finding another job or going to a different school or finding another partner, whatever, all right? So you can be able to move forward, triumphantly in life, right? Because these people that you were dealing with possibly back here, they were just bad news. It was bad news for you. But I do see you have a new start when it comes to love, right? Ace of Cups. This is about a new start in love, or some sort of emotional new start, right? It doesn't have to be like romantic love. It could be any kind of love, friendship love, whatever, right? And then we have the Seven of Swords, and this is you're getting a new start in love after you were basically deceived. Somebody took from you, somebody took advantage of you, somebody, I don't know, they lied, they cheated, they stole, somebody like that. Somebody did something like that, they're all bad things. They're all bad things, right? But because in the end you're the high priestess, it's kind of like, okay, you know about this, and you're not willing to let this control your life. You know what I mean? Yeah, look, Two of Pentacles. It's in the reverse. It's about multitasking, and it's also the High Priestess reverse, though. Yeah, darn. High Priestess and High Priestess reverse. So there could be that somebody whoever this high priestess was, you're going to have a new start, but you're not going to be dealing with somebody that got away with something, someone who acted like a high priestess. So this could have been somebody you knew, somebody close to you, a friend, whatever. Like they were trying to be all, you know, high priestess energy. I'm helping. I've been through this. I've been through. But you know what? In reality, you don't. If you are this high priestess here, you don't want to. You don't want to deal with this high priestess here because you may have found out that this high priestess reverse, the one who's acting all loving and caring, basically lied, cheated, or stole from you. That actually sucks. I'm sorry. But that's how we learn to move forward. You know, we don't need to go back and fight with anybody. We don't need to bother. We don't need to, no. All we need to do is move forward in our life. And it looks like here you will. Somebody will. You're going to have a new start, and you're going to be happy. There's going to be love, and it's going to be brand new, though, right? And if that is the case, remember, and I don't think I need to really remind you, especially if you're high priestess energy, I don't need to remind you that don't jump in the sack with somebody right away. Make sure you're friends first. Figure out who they are. You know, make sure they're morally right. You know, whatever. And then you make your decision. Nobody out here should be having one-night stands. And yesterday's reading was crazy. But anyways, yeah, it looks like the high priestess upright right here is going to have a new start. And, you know, when it comes to people who lie, cheat, and steal, you are not willing to deal with a person like that. And that there's a person like that in your life. There is a high priestess person like that in your life. Or if it's Two of Pentacles energy, you're not willing to juggle, multitask, or do anything with the person, with anyone who's trying to lie, cheat, or steal from you. I mean, that's good. There's nothing wrong with that. That's good. You know, that's good. Just be kind because, you know, nowadays we have a lot of violent people out here. All right. So the best thing you can do is try to keep your calm when you're talking to people, because people just tend to be weird and violent everywhere. It's unfortunate. So my advice here in that situation, if you are trying to get away or separate yourself from another individual, make sure that you are the nicest that you can be. You just be kind and just tell them, send them off kindly. You know what I mean? Because you never know. You never know how somebody's going to react, because whoever we have over here, this person's not nice. So you don't know if they're going to fly off the handle or get all crazy with you. So just be careful. That's all I'm saying. Okay? So I did actually grab the stars. I wasn't sure if I was going to do it. Let me check and see if the video is still recording. Okay, it is. We have time for some stars. The other day I did a reading and it cut off in the reading and I didn't realize until the reading was over. But when that happens, it's usually the reading is for me. So... And I can read for myself, unlike a lot of other people, but I can, so it's okay. No big deal. So what I'm doing here is I have these stars that have words on them. Right? This is Star Oracle. It's actually my oracle, but I do have extra Star Oracle bags here. I don't really sell these though, but I don't know if you're, I guess if someone's interested, I can send you a star. I can send it for free. I don't need anything for it. And if you're interested in this, and let me show, I'm going to show you right now what it's all about, right? But I can only give you as much as I have because it's not like I have a forever amount, you know. But if you are interested, I don't mind sending you a bag of these, you guys. Okay. All right. That's only if you're interested. So I've just been doing like this, trying to mix them up. They're a bunch of stars and they have words on them. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to pinch a nice little amount like that. Put them to the side. And then I'm going to line them up. They're real easy to use. I'm going to line them up in an order that I feel that I want to read them in. Ooh. If you have doubles, you can put them together. You don't need to double it, but I'm going to tell you what these are when I have them out. Oh, we have doubles. We have some couple doubles. Okay. So we have the word dishonest. on here. I have so many different words on these stars. So whatever comes out, you know what I mean? So I have the word dishonest here. And then I have a double of reject. So somebody was definitely rejected in a certain situation in their life. But we have the word healing here. And then the next words we have are mean, to, double confirmation that somebody was very mean to you. And then in the end, we have depressed, unfortunately. So how I would read this, I would read it as a sentence, right? That's how these stars work. And once they're down, though, and you put them on, that's the order they go in. And that's how you have to read it. So let me just, in regards to what you just read. Okay? So here we go. Somebody was definitely dishonest to you. Definitely. They rejected you. Not once, but possibly twice. And after that rejection, you had to go through some sort of healing in your life. Because, I mean, you know, obviously from rejection, right? And then you healed yourself, and then you figured out, wow, those people were not on my team. They were pretty much just people who were mean to me. And then again, unfortunately, you may have fallen into some sort of depressed mode, which is, it sucks, and that's a bad ending. But let me tell you something. Don't hang out too long in that depression mode, because the main point of these stars here in this message is you figured it out. You figured it out. You figured out that, yes, these people treated you a certain way and acted towards you because they were rejecting you. All right? You had to go through some sort of healing from all this rejection from these jerks out here. But you did it. And then when you went out and you did that healing, you figured out, oh my goodness, it really wasn't me. It was them, and they were freaking mean to me. They were mean and didn't care. At least you figured it out. So maybe when you figured it out, you're like, oh my gosh, how that sucks. I'm depressed. Okay. You have the right to mourn that, right? But at least you figured it out. And now, okay, you feel depressed. Don't go and hurt yourself or drink any drug. No, go outside and breathe some air. You figured it out. That's an accomplishment. You know what I mean? So go take a deep breath and be proud of yourself. Okay, it sucks, but be proud of yourself for figuring it out. And once you understand that, that's when you start moving forward again, continue that healing, and things will happen for you. I have faith. Anyone who comes to my channel and you guys hang out here, I have 100% faith that you will figure things out and you will heal. I do. You just have to put in the work, and sometimes it's hard, but you can do it. You know what I mean? All right. So anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. If it resonated, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Also, keep it true love energy. Happy, friendly, loving types. We have nothing to fear as long as we stay calm and cheerful. I'm Mona. It's Kaleidoscope Dreams Tarot, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.